Expected to hold special council sittings to appoint acting mayors. This after Limpopo Premier Stan Mathabatha announced the dismissal of 7 Limpopo mayors, including ANC provincial deputy chairperson, after being implicated in the VBS Bank Scandal. Now, 10 municipalities in the province have lost a combined 1.2 billion rand. For more on the story, let's cross live to our reporter Mike Maringa, who is in Polokwane. Hey Mike, thank you very much indeed for your time. Now, the new mayors, we understand, are going to be announced today. And we heard on Monday that, the Premier is saying that they will be pursuing criminal charges against those implicated. Have there been any developments in this regard?
Good morning to you, Blaine. We heard from the Premier indeed in the beginning of this week to say that other than the mayors who were fingered on that report, you've got senior officials. You're talking about municipal managers, the CFOs. Those are the people who have transferred the monies to VBS. But nothing has happened so far. But let's look at the mayors, as you have rightfully put, to say that 3 of the affected municipalities are holding special council meetings today to install the mayors. It is Makhado, it is Vhembe, it is Collins Chabane. In the past few weeks, we've been focusing on Vhembe. Vhembe, it was led by Florence Radzilan, who is also the deputy chairperson of ANC in the province. Her municipality invested about 316 million with VBS. And we've got Collins Chabane. Collins Chabane is a very new municipality that was formed after the split of Thulamela and Makhado, some parts of Vhembe. You'll remember the strikes, that the protests that we covered at length between Vhembe and Malamulele. That municipality has invested about 122 million money that was meant for service delivery. But let's look at Makhado. Makhado invested 62.7 million rand. And even in Makhado, just like Guyana and other municipalities that are involved, there are issues of service delivery. If you were to go to Makhado today, look at the streets, look at the livelihood of people, things have changed drastically. People are complaining about services. But let's look at what 62 million would have done. It would have paved the streets around the town itself. It could have assisted most people who are staying in the villages. There are people who are still waiting for their roads to be tarred by the very same municipality. So today they are expected to sit in that special council and elect a new mayor. But we must also take into consideration that in all the municipalities where 7 mayors were recalled, ANC has got an overwhelming majority. We are not expecting any hiccups. It's a matter of choosing who they want. And one thing that we must also highlight is that during in the past 3 days, ANC and its tripartite alliance partners were hard at work trying to at least get 3 names from each municipalities, names that were put forward of people that they are going to choose today to be the mayor candidates. So as for Makhado, that special sitting is expected to happen at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock it will be the new municipality, Collins Chabane, and at 1400 we are expecting the last one from the Collins Chabane municipalities. And possibly in the coming week, because they've all tendered their resignations, we'll be expecting 4 other council sittings to happen. So we'll be at Makhado. It's a broadcast that will deliver to our viewers as usual. So we'll be in the council sitting to see who's being elected, and we'll also be keeping an eye or an ear in the other municipalities to see who the ANC is going to choose to lead those municipalities.
Yeah, no doubt you will, Mike. Have we heard anything from the fired mayors?
Not at all. What has happened is that the only thing that we saw it's the letters that were flying on the social media. Their resignation letters that were sent to their respective councils, which were also CC'd to their comrades in the province. They haven't said much. We are not sure if they will be part of these special councils that are sitting today, but hopefully we will hear something from them very soon. But there's also a speculation that the district mayor of Vhembe, Florence Radzilan, is likely to also take the advice from the National Working Committee of the ANC to step aside formally. You'll remember that the provincial treasurer, Denum Caesar, has done that already. He's written to the ANC to say that he accepts their advice for him to step aside from the party activities for now up until his name is cleared. We're expecting the deputy chairperson of ANC in Limpopo to do the same today. But at this stage, there is no confirmation if that will be done via a letter or if she will be part of the council resolution. But one thing, Blaine, that we must also put forward is the issue of service delivery in all these municipalities. Yesterday, we visited the Giyani municipality. This is the municipality that invested about 155 million rand. There are a lot of projects that were underway. They have come to a complete halt. We have got sports complexes. If you go to that town and the townships, we had water that was running, streaming down the streets, and we asked locals, how long has this been going on? They said it's been 2 weeks. We have reported this to the municipality. But the union indicated to us that the municipality does not have money. They can't render services at this stage, and it will look like if nothing is done, the situation will have to remain the same up until they receive their grants early next year. So it's something that we are going to keep an eye on and see if ever there will be changes after the installation of these new mayors.
Mike, you obviously have your ears close to the ground. I mean, in the respective municipalities, what's been the reaction? After all, it boils down to the people, isn't it? The residents. What's been the reaction from the residents to these latest developments?
Look, we have covered Makhado, one municipality in Mopani. They are all speaking in one voice to say that they believe that the decision that is taken by ANC to recall its people, its mayors in particular, it's a good one, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are suffering. If you go to these areas, if you go to Vhembe, for instance, the district municipality is expected to at least be responsible for bulk water supply. If you go there, you still have villages that still do not have water. People are now taking it to their own hands. They are now cutting into pipes that are going via their villages and townships to connect water for themselves. We were in one village the other day. People are still drawing water in the river, in crocodile-infested rivers. This cannot be accepted, looking at the fact that we've got three municipalities, the three municipalities that we are talking about today, which is Makhado, Vhembe, and Collins Chabane. They have invested 500 million, 501 million rand that has gone down the drain. You can imagine what difference that money could have made in the lives of poor people who are living in the rural areas of Limpopo. So people still do not have water, people still do not have jobs. Some are waiting for houses. You still have villages that need to be electrified, but everything has come to a standstill because there is no money. The money has gone down the drain after the investments were made with VBS. So people on the ground are saying at least maybe there will be hope. The new people who will come in to take over these positions will have learned from what has happened. But they are still insisting that all those who are fingered must face the law. They must all be taken through the process, and those who are found guilty must be jailed.
Mike, saying it like it is. Mike Maringa live for us in Polokwane. Mike, thank you very much indeed for your time, sir.